Okay, Chapter 1, Class Problem 2. This is about Alice Fleming, who's the owner and operator of New You Motivational Consulting Business. And at the end of the period, New You has assets of $675, liabilities of $215. And using the accounting equation, determine what's her owner's equity at the end of the year. And then, if you assume that assets increased and liabilities increased, what's the owner's equity at the end of the next year? Now, this is a good problem because it demonstrates how the accounting equation can be tricky. It looks really simple, but when you start substituting numbers, it can get hard. So we'll start out with like just a simple formula. We'll say that assets are equal to liabilities plus owner's equity, right? And we've got assets of $675,000. And that's equal to liabilities of $215 and owner's equity. That's what we're solving for. So you just subtract the $215 from $675 and your owner's equity is $460,000. Okay, now another way to mentally think about this is if this is your balance sheet, we're going to have assets on this side, so your assets are $675,000. And your liabilities are $215,000. Okay, so here's our equity, and equity would be $460. Okay, because these two sides equal because the balance sheet balances, right? Okay. Now the second piece of this is assuming that we're going to increase the assets and liabilities. So I'm going to rewrite this equation. Our assets are $675, and that's equal to $215 plus $460. And this was at 12/31/18. Okay, I should have left some more space here. 12/31/18. All right, then they tell us that assets increased by 112.3 and liabilities increased by 32,000. Okay. So then the question is, what is our ending owner's equity? All right, now this looks pretty straightforward here. You could pretty much plug that number in. But if this number is negative, if liabilities decreased, all right, then that's going to change this. You're going to have to add more of a number, a higher number here, and it's just a good way to make a mistake. So sometimes an easier way to do it would be to just get new balances now. So this is 12/31. 1919, we'll have assets of $787,300, and that's going to be equal to liabilities of $247, and owner's equity would be $540,300. Okay, so make sure that you can do this. It looks simple, but then all of a sudden you're on an exam or a quiz and it's not so simple. Okay.